45, and hello, Van Bishop. I see that you're already here. So, we're going to be playing some Armored Brigade here. I've taken the liberty of doing the the pre-setup deployments beforehand. And Dickie G's here. Very good. And Unknown. So far, how's... yes, I did see, was it Fantasy General being played in German on the channel? Well, I watched it for a few minutes, but yeah, I don't speak German either, so, and when I try to say a few German words that I know, I'm sure I'm butchering them. Alright, well, as people continue to roll in, hello, Vitikaka Studios, hello, I'm sure I'm butchering that too. I think there's a serious echo. Yes, could be, well, not too bad. Okay, well, we're going to be starting out with the Hell's Gate. Yeah, I don't know if that was just me speaking it or not, but I do want Krupp Drug. So hopefully that works itself out. Okay, we're going to be playing some Armored Brigade today, and of course, just released is the new DLC for it, featuring French and Belgian units, nations, vehicles, however you want to say it, scenarios, including a complete campaign. Okay, you're in. Good. Yeah, we want everything to go well. And Jaculius, good to have you here. So, this scenario, which we are starting with, is set in August 1969. I was actually alive then, though I have zero recollection of the year because I don't want to exact. I'm old, obviously, but vintage year, yeah. I was alive, but I don't think I was really speaking yet much at that point. So this isn't coming from memory, but the Cold War is really alive. But to sort of set the frame, and I like to do a bit of history here. So August 69. Well, and I actually had to look it up because just to get sort of the date a little bit right. May of 69, France sort of went through a bit of a revolution. Different than the one that they're going through. Yeah, about 5 years old. Different than the one they're going through now, but they did go through a bit of a revolution back then. So this is set just after that. And so you can imagine the chaos in the West. Also, in August of 69, you have the very famous, just as a Woodstock. Boy, I blank on these things. Yeah, this could be a good good tactical Vietnam type game. They could do that. Obviously, you're stepping away from armor units in the most cases, other than a few support stuff. But yeah. So you have Woodstock going on, so you sort of get the picture in the West. And so this is in 69 August, the Soviets decide to attack. So we are defending here. And to sort of get you an idea of where we are, there's Bastogne. So that we can see the general location and obviously the historical relevance to World War II. Now, I have done a deployment. I don't know if this is by any means the best, but it is a bit of a change. I spent a little bit of time with it. Now we're going to set up 2 target registration points. Now I've moved, one of the things, there was a lot of forces in reserve here. I moved a lot up because they have the command post sort of front and center as one of the main places to defend. I do like a... Hey, LN Devout. Good to have you here. I do like to have a defense in depth, but since that was sort of front and center, so we're gonna we can sort of see a bit of a stall line here where we're going to first engage the enemy. So I want to set up target registry point somewhere about here, and be a little here. So I'm hoping to engage the initial line of the enemy there. Now, alright, so we have that set up. I think we are ready to start with that. Now I'm going to immediately pause it because I want to set up some artillery barrages. We have 240 rounds available of high explosive. Ah, Bruno! Good to have you here. And thank you very much. So, new fire mission. We're going to go with 2 guns. Let's do 6 volleys. I don't know if that's overkill or underkill. We're going to select target. Now, I've sort of set up with anti-tank missiles a hopefully good ambush there. So I'm hoping that right along about here is a good stall point to bring in some artillery. Now, also, and I have played the start of this, so I know a little bit about what's likely to happen, though I'm not sure that they're going to do it. Let's do another one right about here at these crossroads. Let's we can adjust from there. Now, the one thing that I have noticed that really sort of bothers me, and I don't know the best way to take them down, and oh boy, they really scared NATO at the time. This game is, quite honestly, as I told a few people when I first played some of this not too long ago, is a little bit triggering for me. It really reminds me of my sort of training that I got a bit in ROTC way back when, as sort of what you would imagine a good map, computerized map. So I'm putting some smoke here, mainly because, like I say, I don't know how to deal with if some helicopters come in. Seem to come in around here, and I want to cut off their lines of sight. Thank you, Pit Fiend. Thank you very much. So I'm looking at getting that set up. Now we also have, now as a commander, sure, we can order some units around, but because this game really has effective modeling of the units, they're going to do what they want. We are going to reposition forces at times, but mostly what we, or at least from my perspective, seems like all I'm doing is commanding fire missions. And we have to remember we have a pair of 81mm mortars here to help with that. So I think that's how we're going to set this up. Hey, Martik. What's ROTC? Oh, Reserve Officer Training Corps. Yes. Went through that way back in university days, many years ago, back in the early 90s. Sorry, I know different nations here, not always familiar. Okay, so we've spotted a PT-76 that says, ooh, good first shot kill, very nice. And we spotted what this looks like, a BTR-60 probably, APC wheeled coming up there. Okay, so destroyed by probably somebody over in here. Maybe a few of our units out there can see across here. Well, never actually went in, so don't have a military occupation specialty. Why didn't I go in? Bill Clinton was president. And I did not want to go into his military. Cold War was winding down. My cousin did go in a few years after that. Yeah. What else have we spotted here? Okay, we know that BDRM, that has a 14.5. Machine gun is its main weapon. Reconnaissance. So we have 21 seconds till our fire missions come in. We've also spotted another BTR-60. Now, what's just firing? I'm not sure. Oh, here? Helicopters. Okay. Oh, okay. Now here, the AMX-13s, these are our main battle tanks that we are using. They're not main battle tanks, but they're the tanks that we're using. They're fairly light French. I would call them almost reconnaissance tanks. Now these are set up as an anti-tank element with the SS-11s. Those are a guided missile. On them, they have 4 mounted. I don't know if you can see well enough. Well, let's get one out of the trees here. Or in the trees here. You can sort of see that they have 4 missiles, 2 to each side of the barrel. Pretty big missiles. The U.S. also used them as, what was it? AMG-22s, I believe. Okay, so that's probably going to kill my AMX, I'm guessing. We see their missile coming in. Boom. Yep. So we lost one. And okay, we have PT-76 in our fire zone. Our artillery box. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is, like I was saying, let's HE here. That's just getting them adjusted onto the spot. Hey, thanks for following. And we'll put in this one here. So they're just adjusting the mortars. Ah, well, Granishkov, you must be rather old, because I was really young back in those years. Good to have you here. I feel old as it is, but... We're dropping some artillery here. We see another BTR-60 coming up. There. We have this guy, hopefully into our ambush here with these ATGMs, and getting artillery hopefully well. I know we do have some anti-air way back here, but helicopters like these really sort of sit down in the tree level, and so you either got to get the AA really close or they're not necessarily going to do anything. Alright. Missiles be able to take them out here. Okay, they've got them spotted. Yeah, that's up your target. Okay, well, we're going to, with both of these fire missions, all three of these fire missions, we're gonna fire for effect again, including the more smoke. Though the smoke probably after this will end the once we smoke this area up enough. Oh, that looks like a what T-62 or something. No, T-55. Okay. And yep, they're moving through here. More main battle tanks. I would not have liked to moving a little fast, sorry. Hey Lancer. Been in an AMX-13, just seems like a little too light. Okay, we've already lost another one up here, so what we're going to do here is reposition, because I think we're going to be in a bad way. So we're going to fast move. Let's come to here, to here. We're going along, there's a bit of a ridge right here, you can sort of see it. So we're going to come along behind the ridge. Let's move you into here. We can reposition you a bit. Fast move, because we're not like advancing against the enemy, worrying about being ambushed. We are moving through what we at least hope is friendly territory. I don't know if you can set fallback positions. I know I need to manually order, or I can manually order move. You can reverse them to get them back and have them move up as scouts or move to contact, which is nice. So if you move them, you send them forward and you're not watching, because this is a real-time game. Not watching them where they'll move up and they'll stop at a contact point, tell them an area to defend, that type of thing. I'm sure I'm not optimizing all of the movement capabilities of this. Okay, these are both ready. Good. So here, ready, no spotter. Yeah, we're gonna fire for effect, and yeah, we're gonna fire for effect. We have to watch them, or they'll use up all their ammunition if we don't stop them at some point. Because we can hold it and reposition it. Oh, very good to know. Very good. Okay, now fire mission 3, we are going to come here and cancel fire mission 3, because I'm done with smoking up that area. Now I want to create a new fire mission. The reason I need to, instead of just move it, is I'm moving it from smoke to HE. So we are going to move it to, I guess, right about here. And so that'll take almost 2 minutes, just short of that. Back to fire mission 1, fire, And yeah, fire mission 2 as well. I just wanted to see because it was covering up. We have a good number of units in or around. There may be more that are not yet spotted, and of course, stuff may move into the box. We moved some of the units out in time for this artillery barrage. The HQ tank is a bit delayed. I should have got him out sooner. Looks like he might make it out alive. Those look like they are BM-21 122 millimeter rockets, and that's just a guess on my part. I don't know. Okay, like I say here, let's hold that. Okay, well, we'll keep firing there. Yes, MLRS. Okay, sniper team's taking fire. And our basically bazooka-like rocket launcher. Bazookas are rocket launchers, but we've lost that one there. The other team is there. Expected losses, I would have to say, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to hold now because I don't want to use up all my ammo. Okay, now, fire mission 2. We're going to fire mission 2 set target. So we're going to readjust to there. Still takes a minute to reposition here. We're going to fire mission 1. Let's put another fire for effect on it there. Unfortunately, it's sort of chilling to get the reports, but these guys, yeah, they're there to scout, but they're just there to buy time, to delay the enemy's advance. Yeah, another fire. Hoping we get a few more. These guys, oh, they still have 4 missiles. We have 2 missiles left. Okay, we're moving our command post tank. I probably put too many waypoints that he's stopping at. We are playing a game based on the Soviets invading Germany in 1969. Obviously didn't happen, but these ranges to the minimum. Ah, okay. That would be a smart move. I'll keep that in mind next time. I didn't really think, I didn't even think of setting minimum ranges. SOP hold, right. Soft target, fire for max, okay. Seek cover, yes. Hold, short. Quick, pathfind, okay. Soft target. Hold, okay, that's good to know, thank you. Thank you, I didn't even think of doing that. I don't know, well, we have our paratrooper line in here, which seems to do fairly good holding the woods in the center as a delaying action. These guys do fairly well when I get them in a good ambush position. Now, as we can come over here, I love this line of sight here. We can, he was mainly if they came through here. He's here, but also waiting to ambush them in the flank there. Waiting to hit them there, and again here. So if they come through here, we're hoping to turn this into a kill zone here. Now, here, oh, let's go line of sight again. You can see we're trying to, now I put some smoke down, but we're trying to turn this area into a kill zone if they're coming through here. Hopefully we'll have enough armor that as one or two vehicles come into it, they get killed off. We've moved in here now. I don't know if these are good positions. Let's see. We got the smoke is a little bit. Yeah, so see he's watching anything coming up this way. Here he's taking his time because I probably put in why isn't it? Okay, I guess let's give him a fast advance. Oh, I'm on the wrong unit. Am I selected? No. Oh, I'm on him. No wonder. Okay. I want to be him. Oh, okay. So he's still coming. Yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted to do. Just taking his time. Yes, yes. Effective range for hidden. Okay, that's good to know as well. They decided not to attack. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So let's resume. Took out a what's that, a BTR 152, I believe. So well, we see the okay, what do we have here? We have it. 2 T-55s and a BTR 152. I'm tempted to move this, but I'm probably going to leave that there and see if they move forward. No, we have a BT or a T-62, two with mine plows and one without, in case we brought mines. Well, Yeah. We're going to move this just a bit. I want to keep it out of... No, it's going to take a minute. Almost 2. Just outside of my mortars too. Damn. Oh good, we just took out a, well, BTR 152. Damn. Would have preferred to take out a battle tank. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, we've got reconnaissance elements moving into this area here. Looks like they're going to be targeted from here. Very good. With all that, we're going to fire for effect. This one. It looks like they're about ready to move in, and maybe other units have been moving through without our spotting them. We're going to continue here, hoping to take that out. Okay, 45 seconds. They're still being delayed there. Good. Oh, good, 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 good. We got 2 of their reconnaissance vehicles, BTR or BDRMs, I believe. They were. Okay, now we have this. This one, yeah, they're basically in that. So let's fire for effect there. And we can, how many rounds we got? Oh, fire for effect there too. I know we have some kills, but there may be some more units like there. We just took a shadow of. No, because I think we're entering a dead zone, or because the scouts are no longer there, we can't see here. So what I want to do with Fire Mission 2 is set a new target. We're going to go there, not too close to our, well, it's outside of the target registration point, but so it's going to take almost 4 minutes, but might as well get that going now. Hopefully this fire mission will get a few. They have 1 round left of the ammunition. ATM team taking fire, yeah, this one. Unfortunately, they were just there to delay these guys to put some artillery on. Yes, and I can show line of sight. See, line of sight is, you know, and this is from this where I'm clicking, gives you a line of sight from this position here. And so you can judge how well you know, we can click on here, what they can see, what their areas of engagement would be. Leave this, and you can come here and then get the map in an isometric type viewpoint to see some of the contour terrains, to get an idea also that a lot of this is sort of up on a ridge here. We got a low spot of the river, or stream I should say, coming through here, and another one there. So we're sort of, you know, I'll tell you who I'm copying as a field commander for this battle here, because we have a forward, relatively forward capture point, you know, victory point, whatever you want to call it here. And because I was able to use this and sort of spot this ridge here, I decided to go after Wellington's plans. Wellington liked to, the Duke of Wellington, General Wellesley, but the Duke of Wellington liked to use a terrain feature to be on the reverse side of it. As the enemy approaches up the hill, he would have skirmishers exposed, sort of what we're doing here. And then as the enemy approaches near the crest, then he marches his battalions up from cover, visual and physical cover from behind it, and fires into the enemy. Or he allows them to overcome the crest with a stream or something that would break up any sort of charge down into the valley kind of thing, so that his troops. So, H. So we can also see this here, the various terrain levels as well. And so I'm using that instead of trying to kill all the Soviets out here. I'm trying to get them to come into here and hopefully have them butchered. Oh, and it also works in the ISO. Okay. And so we can see here. So I'm trying to use down here and this area, as we can see we've done some kills here, but also here once they push through here is meant to be my kill zone. And just they need to push through the forest here through these paratrooper squads, and if they come out, again, another sort of kill zone on the far side of that. That is my plans for this battle. Oh, let's hold. Yeah, we're down to 10 rounds in that one. Okay, they're already holding. Okay. I think we're going to do another fire mission, just because I'm not sure whether there's units in there or will be coming there shortly. Another main battle tank there with BTR 152 and your T-55 with a mine plow. No, we didn't have mines in this mission. Good. Destroyed. Just what I wanted to have happen. Come out into there. And fire mission 1 again. Yeah, we have 119 rounds. Let's fire. We still have units delayed. Units box. Oh, good. More being taken down. So if you study Napoleonic battles, they can help you with modern warfare as well. Gun team. Very nervous, suppressed, and have one casualty. But we're taking them out, including back in here, which is good. I don't know. I want to do more of that. What's my artillery? Okay. Yeah, let's do. Before readjusting, it's just going to take more and more time as we move out of our target registry point radius effective or rapid. So he's coming up there, getting targeted from multiple directions, including things that can kill him. The AMX-13 just did. And it's the MX-1390 because it has a 90mm gun. The original, if I'm not mistaken, had a 76mm gun on it. T-62 main battle tank. Boom! Taken out. Very good. Very good. Just what I wanted to have happen. Well, somehow these guys got in and around our paratroopers. Okay, well. Boom! Taken out. This guy. Okay, so he's gonna fire when they get to there. They're doing well. They'll cover anything coming there. They're still covering stuff coming from the front, which is okay, but we may reposition him soon. Yeah, covering, spotting. We got this anti-tank element here for things coming through there more. This is the HQ element for all of them. I don't want to lose that preferably. Armored cars again with this, I think the same 90mm gun as the MX-13s, just in a wheeled vehicle. Okay. We have... Don't want to be flanked over here, so what I'm going to move fire mission 4. Set target. Let's see if we can put them down here. I know it's going to probably be outside, or it is outside of there. Target registry point, so... I don't know if that's worth. Firing again or not. this is going to get hit pretty hard. So, immobilize. Well, he can't go anywhere. He can. I just don't know if I should move him or not. How much he's gonna have trouble getting through these woods, I know. If he were to come over here, that would be fairly decent. No, we're just gonna leave him where he is. Hopefully to survive, but hopefully he gets it real soon. Boom, missile coming in. Boom, destroyed. Very good. And the BTR-60's coming up there. Pushing for the command post. Not that worried about him. That's good. Destroyed. Plastered like I was worried about. You know, just for the fun of it, let's bring in here on him. Inbound, 2 Mirage 3s. They have cluster bombs, some cannons, and some air-to-air missiles. We'll see if they survive the run. I don't know how dynamic their targeting is, meaning if he moves out of it, because it's obviously, you know, basically 5 minutes for him to come in. If they move out of the zone, whether they will thumbly fire at the designated location, or whether they will try to spot the target, or, you know, tanks or whatever it might be. Okay, so we're fighting motor rifle squads. Probably got out of a BTR-60 here. The paratrooper squad. Now we're motivated. To cower. Troops. Okay, again, I want to see line of sight for this. Okay, they should start to engage soon. Ah, another main battle tank now. Because like I expected, they moved out of the zone. Wanted to give them a target fairly well out in the open so that the airstrikes, they would be able to spot it. So I'm figuring either in trees or too close to friendlies, that's probably not the best idea. Well, we may take them out before aircraft even get there. Yep, we did. That main battle tank is down, whatever it was. Don't know if there's friendlies. Oh, okay, okay. So right in here, it looks like we have some sort of MLRS system, maybe. Okay, so okay, fire mission 2. Fire mission 2. Let's set targets here. Oh, it's off map? Okay. So I'm just seeing this as just sort of where I'm first seeing it coming in. Okay. Good to know. So we'll cancel that fire mission. I don't need to waste the rounds. Here we should have a little bit of our high explosive coming in on these guys. Not that it's going to stop them necessarily if they are main battle tanks, but let's see about AG here. They're going to stay there long enough. They're pushing up there. Yeah, 355 coming in. There's probably a pair of them here. T-62s as well. Taking out one. Okay. Now let's... Okay, I want to see line of sight here. Okay, that would be all right. Okay. So you come to here with an advance to contact here, so that once you get the orders, move up. Still battling some other rifle squads there. And Perez. I keep doing that. Left click and then right click once we no longer want to do that. Yeah, it is pretty thin down here. We just have the paratrooper squads left. Couple of, well, scout car, light tank. They've been pushing pretty hard through here. I don't know if I should take the time to try to well, let's get this guy, because he's probably not doing very much. Let's move him fast to here. And let's move these scout cars. These are the Panhards, however you want to say it. So they will pathfind, so let's... keep right clicking, left clicking, which one I want to do. Left click and then right click to stop it there. We have 51 seconds until our air coming in, but there may be nothing there for them to strike at by the time they're there, and I wouldn't want to put an airstrike, I don't think, that close to us. But maybe I should have, I don't know. still holding what? Oh, just a rifle squad down there. That isn't very important. Our jets. Oh, here our jets are inbound. Again, we can zoom in and see. Nice model of a Barrage as it zips past us. I like to even do the shadow on the ground. Don't know if they'll find any targets out there in their target zone. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, there. The Soviet Mi-4 helicopter is fleeing the zone. We've got lots and lots of dead vehicles here. Let's also get you moving. We're going to go fast. Come back to this bridge. Come down to here. Just get into there. BTR 152 moving there. Hopefully one of these guys that I have left and haven't ordered to move will take it out. Yes, very good. More rifle squads coming up through here. I hope the people of France honor the deaths this day that we have fought in their defense. Because we are having more and more losses. But we are punishing the enemy incredibly hard. Now, an interesting aside, I know many of you like some of my historical analysis. The French army in the interwar periods sort of divided its tank forces between two branches. The main tank force supported the infantry. The sort of smaller, and even at times they didn't call them tanks just because the infantry supposedly had all the tanks, was the cavalry tanks. Now the cavalry tanks, I don't think anybody would call them fast, but they might be fast compared to other other French tanks, but they weren't super speedy. They were nothing like the Soviet BT series kind of speed in tanks. And so, and all the infantry tanks were slow. They learned the lesson that this isn't a good thing in 1940 when Germany invades. So when France rebuilds its armored force, they jump to the other extreme. And the AMX-13, which we can see down here, is the outgrowth of that. Now, the French government, and I don't know, I presume still to this day, I'm not sure, but the French government in the 40s, in the post-war period, but definitely in the, I should say 30s, their biggest fear, the French political establishment, their biggest fear was their own army, their professional army. They feared it more than they feared being invaded by the Germans or anybody else. So they wanted a mass conscript army. They wanted a very large army, and made up of the people, so that they didn't fear. It was the professional soldiers, the professional officers. That's who they feared. Well, because of wanting to have this very large army, they were really have cost budgetary situations. And even though they're trying to have everybody in the army, an infantryman isn't that expensive because you just sort of give them a rifle and have them march around and call them an infantryman. A tanker, on the other hand, is a bit more expensive because you have to train them up. And they do have budgetary issues in having such a large army, meaning you could shrink the overall size of the army and up the professional units. Well, if you look back at the FT-17 of World War I, but is still being used in World War II, and its replacements, the R-35 and the H-35 tanks, those were two-man tanks. Well, one of the reasons they liked the two-man tank is you only had 2 men in it, smaller budgetary situation. So the French kept this in mind when they were developing the AMX-13 series of tanks, in that it's a 3-man tank, but it was one of, I don't know if it's the first, it's probably, but one of the early mass-produced auto-loading guns. It had, so there's no loader in it. It's 2 rotary magazines loading the tank, or loading the gun, if I'm not mistaken. Of I think 6 rounds per each of the 2 rotary magazines. Yeah, 12 rounds here. It's sort of showing. I don't know. E and HE. So that's, and they carry more ammo, I believe, in the whole, but I'm not sure. And so it's very economical in manpower sense. Even though you're trying to have a mass army, it's still trying to be economical in it. And so it has its problems. Like I say, I would not want to ride around in one of them because of its light armor. Yes, it's fast, it's quick, but what are you fighting against? We're getting pounded here, but we're just going to take it and hope to kill. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a few rifle squads still moving up. We have another rifle squad here that's trying to move across the road while everybody's shooting at them. Looks like they're marching, but presumably they're running or crawling or something. I would either be dashing or crawling or going, oh no, I'm not going across that fire zone, kill zone. Ah, another main battle tank here. Oh, we have a, somehow, oh, a flamethrower tank has made it into our sort of rear area. Let's see if that will engage them. And boom, destroyed. What are we saying about the Yom Kippur War? The Arab-Israeli conflict is very high. Yes, that would be fun. Yeah, and I'm definitely taking some of my knowledge on it from the Israelis' use. The Israelis used some AMX-13s, where the Egyptians, also budget conscious, they had a very large army, but wanted to update some of their tanks. They bought AMX-13 turrets and put them on Sherman hulls, whereas, you know, the sort of Super Sherman or the I Sherman or whatever you want to call it, the Israeli Sherman, in which they are upgunning a Sherman to 105 millimeter gun on it, and partially sticking, elongating the turret, I think, to handle the ammunition in the back of it, but also my understanding is simply to have extra weight in the back of the turret to counterbalance the weight of the gun. So so they upgraded their Shermans that way, where the Egyptians were upgrading them by sticking new turrets on them. And I don't think it worked out so well for the Egyptians. But that may be as much about training as anything else. Any battle tank here getting shot at. Okay, we lost, yeah. Okay, we have one bazooka team here. We are running low on tanks too. Okay. Let's advance this way. Let's just look at the line of sights here. Okay. Not terribly good. Well, so let's go back to here. Now we go to contact here. So it'll stop hopefully if it meets contact in there to any of these guys. I am worried a bit about its own flank as it's moving forward, but I know we're moving these guys up here as well, but might as well, if we're going to need them, get them started moving now instead of wait till we learn that we do need them. Hello, is it AF Nord? Hopefully I'm not butchering that too badly. Well, as you can see, we've had a good kill zone here, though. As you can see, we've had a lot of units taken out ourselves. Well, let's fast move you to here. I'm not sure if that's a good spot, but takes a little bit of time, which it should be, is, you know, getting the radio message to them and have them move. And I like that about this game. And of course, if you haven't, I will be posting this on my YouTube channel. That's gamer_1745. You can also find me on Twitch at gamer_1745. Again, there's a link to YouTube. And of course, you can watch the VOD of this later if you want to go back and see sort of how I get to this point. I do like it that we can that it does do decent pathfinding, and we can cancel it. Now I was sort of hoping maybe a little bit more of here, but I don't know if I'm bothered to. And I'll give you some of my philosophy on why I've done what I've done. Okay, we don't really want you bunched up. Let's do here. As I was saying, I've had might as well go fast. Just get here. Oh, you know, again, I'm okay. Left click there, right click to end the movement. There we go. Various training. I think I have a good background in strategy and tactics. I am still fairly new to this particular game, so some of the mechanics here are I'm not the best on. Uh-oh, yeah, you guys don't separate, don't get too bunched up. I did that to you, I know. Close Combat's another good game. One thing that, and I will say that I tried to do with this setup, and I try to do a Close Combat, is try to make sure that I have, sort of like what we're seeing here, multiple possible, multiple units targeting one unit instead of having one unit out there being the opposite. So if I was going to be on the offensive, I would definitely try to be poking some reconnaissance elements out forward to identify enemy locations. I don't know whether I would be a good armored commander, in whether it would be bold enough with the armor. I definitely would want to poke, like I say, reconnaissance out there, artillery, the spots that we're identifying enemy units from, and then I would want to be moving my tanks up in such a way that more than one of them appears in an area at the same time. So instead of sort of, we have SU-122 self-propelled gun and a T-62. Instead of having them sort of come into the fire zone one at a time, move them up in a line abreast so that they all enter the fire zone at once. So you're not, they can't concentrate the fire on you as well. Well, there's another Matrix game, Close Combat. The Bloody First is out, and it's a 3D map instead of a 2D map, and it's doing really nice. So if you're interested in World War II tactical gaming, I can recommend that as well. Uh-oh, artillery's coming close. Now, what we can do here is line of sight this out. Okay, yeah, hopefully he can sort of see and engage. That's what I was hoping. And I really like doing these to show you a game so that you know what it is you're getting. Because I believe so... Oh, good. Got the 122. That 122 would be very damaging for firing on buildings and such. It's a very high explosive shell. Probably also be very damaging against AMX-13 tanks as well. But definitely a building destroyer. But like I was saying, get you to see the game, see how it's played. I think a happy customer is the best kind of customer, so they know what kind of game they're getting, what kind of setup they have for it. And so if you're looking for World War II, Close Combat, the Bloody First is really good option there. Uh-oh, we've got last minute arrival of PTR-60. Yeah, I want to get into this too. Two of them, okay. I don't know if I'm misjudging this, but I just see the AI seemingly to send these units in piecemeal at me. So that, is that a crew, or I don't know, somebody's moving out. Yeah, so many good games, so little time. Yeah, my Steam library has lots of stuff in it that I don't get to. Well, thank you. Looks like they're doing a last-minute charge and just getting destroyed. My understanding of the Soviet tactics is a rapid movement, overwhelming, coming at you. But it's definitely designed to be overwhelming in that it is a lot at once. And not just, I think I've faced many units, tanks, infantry squads, that's why I'm just saying units, but not in a concentration at any one point at any one time. I don't know whether it I'm joking when I say this, my brilliance in deployment in keeping them from being able to do that, or simply just the tactics that they're using. Oh, more artillery coming in. There's definitely something to be said about firing and maneuvering these guys a little bit more than I have been. Once I sort of realized that their position is compromised, and that they've been, you know, they fired at somebody so they've been seen, to then get them to move, to avoid this very thing from happening. Yeah, maybe. There was... I would have thought it would have been the other way around. Oh, well, we have... What, the T-62 there, T-62. What is your line of sight here? Okay, you're not doing us any good here. Okay. Well, let's also look... Just trying to get into their rear to... Okay. Let's see, we're going to have you move to contact here. Just for the hell of it. The other than that, I could have put artillery on this, but I don't know. We're so far out of our targeting zone. The Soviets really had a brute force approach to electronic jamming, and I like I say, I would have thought if anything, it would be the Soviets or the Warsaw Pact jamming NATO a bit more. Yeah, no, coming around the flank, that is something that I would want to do as a commander, for sure. I hate the idea of coming up the center. I hate that with a passion. So, 4 seconds until he starts moving. Okay, battle has reached its conclusion. Show the after-action report. Well, we at least held all of the capture points, the control points, or the victory points. Or I forget what. Play so many games, they use similar titles for the things. But we had a tactical victory. Let's take a look at this. We deployed 118 troops. We lost 52, so slightly less than half lost. Well, we deployed 22 vehicles. We lost 13. Slightly more than half. All of our guns seemed to survive. Our mortars survived. Our aircraft survived its airstrike, though they didn't... I don't think they did anything effective. My fault, probably more than theirs. Troops, the enemies, well, we killed 174, routed 8, and took out 61 of their vehicles. So... troop losses, yeah, that's acceptable. Vehicle losses, I would say that's very good. About a 5-to-1 kill-death ratio. Pretty good. And what is Studio saying? The AI behaves different every time. No scenario plays the same way twice. It's a challenge to make dynamic... Yeah. Yes, I do understand that it is very difficult to program good AI. It is very difficult. So yeah, that is reasonably good. It isn't a overwhelming victory or decisive victory, I guess, what they call it, but I do sort of think of this as a reasonably good job. Thank you, Pino. Yeah. You don't, yeah, that's the other thing is you don't want to make too smart of an AI. Okay, we will exit battle. Now we have plenty of time left here. So let's look at a new game here. And we're going to again stick to the single missions, I think. Instead of trying to do a... Oh, and well, let's go back to the main menu. Just new game here. We can do a single mission, we can generate a mission, we can start the campaign, or we can generate a campaign. So if you like this, and you're just looking here at, yeah, these are the ones that they've built. I don't know if there's any, I clicked on this before and didn't get anything coming back from the Steam Workshop. So we'll go back to default. So I don't know if there's anything up there yet. I'll stream for another approximately 40 minutes or so. So if you want to stay around random. I don't know if we should. What is it? XRTG did Hell's Gate last week, where we did the Distant Rumble just now, or one of the DLCs, the last 6. Okay. Okay. Let's read Tag 1986. Okay, 86. To prevent the seizure of the ferry site, the enemy forces have cleared the field, dismounted to... Okay, well, let's see how well I do. And I've not even touched this scenario before, so no prep here. This is purely me looking at this, so we will play this here. Okay, so this is going to be our advance. We want to, okay, the Elbe. So we can see, okay, we're Harburg. I really quite honestly don't know where that is. I do know where the Elbe River is, but beyond that, don't know. So we have a fording position here. Nice early M1 Abrams tanks. I believe here we're going to have the, with the 105mm guns. Still good tanks, still very good. Okay. Some scouts. No, okay, we don't have any artillery register points to put in. And of course we don't have any minefields or anything because we're on the offensive. Okay, I'm guessing we can cross this water here, because I'm guessing that's a ford there. That would be similar, but I don't know that we want to cross the water. Now let's, and then H, let's see, okay. Pretty damn flat, so we're pretty damn open. They're sort of along the ridge line, if anything. Which is right here. These are our Abrams, yes. Okay, M2 Abrams, which are the infantry carrying type. The M3 are the scout types. Just see if we have any of those. No, we just have these infantry scout teams. Well, okay, well, all this makes me want to, let's move these guys up to here. No, we want to attach these to this. Reattach, yes, to here. How did I do this? Yeah. Okay, they're all attached now. Good. Okay. But I do want to individually move a few of you. Don't want to move you out of your command zone area. Thinking of coming along this river here and pushing up that flank there. What are the, okay, more Abrams HQs, okay. Well, actually, let's move you down there like that. We have our Vulcan anti-aircraft guns. Those would be wicked against infantry, but the M113 is particularly thin-skinned. Okay, we have some mortars. Looks like, well, we may have some smoke. Okay, blue, white, red. Okay, well, let's see if I can... Well, we'll see if the scout team can swim. And our air support, well, nothing. Artillery. Okay, we have 0 guns with 0 ammo. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes, thanks for following us, Doug. So we are without a luck of artillery. Like I say, I'd love to have artillery to pound known enemy positions. Okay, well, let's start and let's pause so that we can... I want to send some scout teams forward. Do we do the obvious thing and send them to the building? Okay. We'll call it scout to here. Oh. And you can come up to see some of the sort of folds here. Come to there. There's a fold right here, so let's see if they can scout to there. I'll keep doing that. See if you can do that. So let's just start with that. See if we spot anything as it is. Okay, so we are spotting in T-80 tanks, and We're already engaging a bunker here. Okay, good thing. Destroyed, good. But do your job. Take out these buildings. Concentrate your fire. We've lost. Maybe I should have kept the Bradleys further back. Oh, to have some artillery. To put down smoke, to move through it, to put fire on some of these positions. Right now, I'm letting these guys go. Taking out the troops in the building there. We still have one, but he's obscured by. Okay, well, let's be a bit of an armored commander here. Okay, no, where is our tanks? We want to advance to here. That'll be that for you. Come up to there. Now that we've got those two starting to move, hopefully soon, 20 some seconds, let's get you advancing to there. Like I say, try to keep multiple units advancing, you know, together. We have enough fire put on these troops here for the moment to let these guys start moving, hopefully. Almost too much fire now. Okay, looks like they dealt with them. I'm sure there's more here. Are you guys, just because you're walking, haven't moved any further? Mines. Okay, so we spotted some mines here. Or what are these? 8 anti-tank obstacles. Okay, not mines, but anti-tank obstacles. More right there. Okay, so, well, we are going to come around here, but we're going to then see that on the road. So we're going to try to stay off of the roads. Oh, spotted more tank here. Shorter range. Synchronized movement. Formation flag. So, oh, well, cancel. So click there. Okay. No. All right. I have not used the formation. I am a fine, short, quick, fresh, move, seek cover. Yes, no. Control R. Reattach. Control R. Reattach the first formation. Control plus R. Sorry, I'm messing this up, I'm sure. Yes, that would be a scary option. Off the roads. Oh yeah, he's getting unattached. Don't mean to unattach you. There we are. Now we're back to being... Nope, we're not back to being that yet. Okay, oh, okay. Just a moment ago. Okay, cancel, cancel, cancel. Use the platoon flag. Okay. There we go. Now we're back to that. We do have maybe some cover from possible flanking by the Soviets from there. We've encountered something here. Infantry squad, mow them down. Mow them down. Hopefully they don't have RPG-7s. Looks like they fired one, or something like that. I'm guessing that would be an RPG-7. Okay, we have something over here. So now we're moving that as a formation. Here in particular, I wanted to keep these two here as fire support. Might not be smart of me, but we've lost one Bradley so far. I want to come over here to get around here to see if we run into any minefields. Before I move my Bradleys full of troops across there. Maximum zoom is incredibly close, almost non-useful for gameplay, but does give you a nice image of what the vehicles look like or other things. And we can see Harburg. Well, let's click off of this. I don't know other cities and towns around the area outside of the map for maximum zoom out. Well, these guys are moving down the road, damn. Really didn't want that. Okay, well, just because I'm worried about mines or anti-tank obstacles. Now they've got nice models here, as we're seeing down in the corner there. In the last battle, we saw really nice models of Mirage 3s zipping across the battlefield for an airstrike that I sent into a uninhabited or uh-oh, we just lost an Abrams. Yeah, I don't know if I should be doing this movement. I didn't want you to go that way. I wanted you to come down here, but okay. Which even more turns the sides. I don't know whether I should stop your movement and have you battle it out, or move to get out of the kill zone, get behind one of these little ridges here. Oh, shortest pass if you want them to. Maybe you don't want to. Okay, good. SOP here. Pathfind short, quick cover. Okay, great. So. Okay, it looks like these two have now. So we'll do SOP for them, short, advance. I want you to avoid the water. So. There. Here I do sort of want you to come around the water. I don't want to give other waypoints. Oh, I'm on the wrong vehicle. No. What is it? Orders. No. Reverse stretch. Rotate. Oh well, I'll live with that. It's this one. I want you to come to here. Advance to there. There we go, that's it. lost 2. Yeah, okay, well you're gonna get off that road. Okay, well, orders, SOP short. Hopefully that's not too late. Oh, and I forgot to use these guys. Okay, and I literally forgot to use these guys. If I'd done this right, I would have done that, and I would have, let's see, done that earlier, well earlier. Watching me, that forgetting to use my mortars is a me mess up here, not anything but that. Come on, Vulcan, shoot them down. What are these? MiG, what? MiG-21, yes. Come on, shoot them down, shoot them down, shoot them down. There we go, there we go. Shoot them down, take them out. So I really should have oh, we've lost both of these guys, so I really should have prepped better with them. The smoke. Smoke is your friend on that. Stayed way back and smoked all this up first. That's what I should have done. We have something there, but recoilless rifle. Probably, what is that? I forget the model. Okay, and so they're over there too as well. Oh, smoke ready. Okay, got her. Fire for effect. Fire for effect. Yeah. No, this battle is, I'm messing it up badly. Obviously, I'm messing up terribly. Else could use smoke over here. So now that I'm seeing this better, and yes, I was sort of warned what would happen if they had tanks over here, and I knew they could. Oh, SOP on you is short, right, okay. Advance to contact. Let's see if they go through the water or if they go around it. Okay, so we've got that smoke. Let's... But we've used up all of our smoke. Okay. Not that we probably had a lot of it, but... Oh, gun. Hey, Toy Jet, how you doing? Well, actually, we're pushing against the red tide, and we're not doing well. We're losing badly. Thank you, Grinjnikov. I'm sure I'm butchering your name. Now this is my reserve. Of course, remember, he who commits his reserve. We're gonna just go fast, just for the hell of it. Oh no, fast. There. He who commits his reserve last wins. This is, we're actually playing the Americans here with Abrams in the 1980s, Abrams and Bradleys. Now we're trying to push against the Soviets here. They're confident, buttoned up, which is good. But they are the last of 4. Okay. Keep targeting them. Okay, they're ready. So fire for effect. Fire for effect. Yeah, I could just fire 1 round. Boom. Very front ring. Okay, now they're going through the water. Weak point, front hull destroyed. Yes, we're losing badly here. Oh, we've taken that out. We're firing this recoilless rifle. I think that's a recoilless rifle, right? Yeah. We spotted barbed wire, anti-tank obstacles. Well, Norway has its own defense plan of its terrain. Okay, well. I would have liked a lot more smoke. Maybe I should just put a few rounds in each spot and done a lot more smoke here. And dealt with this a lot better. There's a reason why Poland does not have well-defined borders. And I'm looking at historically, I'm not, talking about any one moment. Is Warsaw on the eastern or the western side of the country? Well, it's because of geography that it doesn't have, sort of like Norway, which has, okay, well, it may be hard to spot the ridge line or whatever between the mountains of Sweden and Norway, but you generally got the idea of where the border should be there. And similarly, like the border of France and Spain, they're just a natural Heavy MGB, we're shooting them up. There, our scouts sort of, I guess, got them to spot. And they're shooting at our scouts. Well, I don't know, FA, whether it's that they like each other or whether who the hell goes up to the mountain ranges to try to like exactly figure out what's useful territory. I'm sure if there was some super valuable minerals spotted that they wanted to go mine would be an issue, but okay, so well, we've got you now. Let's go. You're sort of green, ready to go. So let's power forward into an ambush somewhere. Yes, we're being very optimistic. And we can also, let's go SOP shortest. Keep them moving here. Advance to here. To here. Oh, we're spawning some mines there. It's sort of why we're trying to avoid the road. And yes, I'm micromanaging it. I want to micromanage things. I like micromanaging things. Yeah, I understand about the command tanks and all that, and it makes a lot of sense, but I'm just such a natural micromanager. And it goes, quite honestly, it goes back to my days of, okay, you guys probably fired enough, playing board games in which you have to fire and move every single unit and roll the dice all the time. So I have that tendency with all games to want to micromanage it. Uh-oh, we spotted another fortification. Okay, well, good. You shoot at it. Oh, good. Good, taking it out. These guys are vainly attempting to follow my orders of 2 casualties. One guy left to dash out here, which I gave him on basically a suicide mission. If there was anything out here, it would have been much better to come up with like a scout or advance the contact, and then they would have stopped instead of continued to move fast into being dead. Oh, okay. You're on SOP. Yeah, you're on SOP short. Yeah, that's the way we want it. Minimize time or areas to be hit by road movement, obstacles. Lost here. Our smoke may be wearing off or something. I don't know if I have the heart just to kill these guys by pushing them in. Sort of a... And here comes an ATGM off of a BMP, what, 2 or 3? Boom, destroyed. Yeah, and we lost them. Okay. What fool of a commander ordered an attack against a prepared position? And we have bunkers here, for God's sake. Against a prepared position without supplying proper artillery support. That's what I want to know. That's who I'm going to blame. It's not my fault as the unit commander sitting in this main battle tank here. It's the commander who sent us in what is essentially only a frontal assault path. Because I don't know if everyone realizes it. This goes back to, again, I went through a couple years of ROTC, but I decided because Clinton was president, I decided not to stay in and wanted to go into his army, so I left when I could. And part of that, quite honestly, was so much of the class of ROTC was going to go into the reserves, and I didn't want to be a part-time soldier. And I didn't know if I stayed in, if I was going to be able to be a full-time officer or a part-time officer, and I did not want to be just a part-time officer. So that's why I decided not to go in. But what they do is they get a map sort of like this, and they draw lines on it here, line of departure here, which is sort of your deployment zone. And they set that up, and they give you limitations because they have another unit, say, over here, and they don't want this unit entangling with this unit. So you have boundary lines that keep you limited in your area of operation. So a lot of this, and we still have this, so of course we can zoom out here, a limited field of operation comes from the tabletop being only so big to play war games on. A lot of it's that, but it's also the idea that you want to deconflict units so that they're not, somebody's taking fire from over here, somebody down here is taking fire from over here, doesn't call in artillery on it when, say, my unit is about ready to assault it and get caught in the artillery from this other unit, being sent in. So that everybody has its own areas of operation, so that we're being pushed into here, assault across an open area on a river in a built-up zone that has bunkers. I would not want to do that without artillery support. I know the scenario did say that we were trying to block an enemy that was retreating, so I took it to be speed a little more importance than firepower. In that, if you were watching from the beginning, saw that I was identifying, these units here that we can see that are sort of dead now, and as soon as they were being identified, the multiple vehicles were just heavily engaging them, and that can work very effectively, and the Army wants you to use bounding fire support, in that you have say 2 units that are putting fire on the enemy, use the third unit to maneuver. Now, I did not expect to find bunkers. I did not expect to find tanks sitting in the middle of buildings, because I presume there's still a tank in here. Just that we have some smoke here around that's keeping us from spotting it. So, yeah, it's not the kind of thing. Again, if the command tank with the... Okay, yes. This is in the 80s. I think it was 82. Is when... because these are Bradleys and 105 millimeter Abrams, so fairly early Abrams that we're playing. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please hit the follow button for this channel. You can also look for gamer_1745 on Twitch, and follow me on Twitch as well. There's also, on that page, you can scroll down and see a link to my YouTube channel, which we will be putting this up on my YouTube channel, and so people can watch me get defeated there and learn about this game. This is a really good game. This is a scary, real game. It may not seem realistic to you, but to me, obviously we're seeing things like, the missiles flying across the map, which you wouldn't have seen historically, but having these units on maps seems very, very realistic to me, especially for an 80s or 90s era kind of battle. Very, very chillingly real on that field, so it is something to be done. So thank you all for watching. So mercifully, the stream is over as I leave the field in defeat. Thank you so much, everyone.